Hello guys, SHBlade here. I've been the Glaivier enjoyer ever since it came out, mainly in Control. But I know a little bit about Pinnacle as well. But we are the Control enjoyers here. And PTR dropped some huge patch notes for Glaivier today. So let's take a look at them. So basically, I skimmed through it like real quick to understand more or less what's happening, because it's like English translated by Google from Korean. So yep. So basically, for Pinnacle enjoyers, you are going to generate your bar a little bit slower, like 2 times slower. But do not be scared yet, because this is more like a rework than a buff or nerf. So this might be a buff, this might be a nerf. Nobody knows yet, and we won't know actually without proper testing, but we can assume. Your red skills are getting buffed as well. You're going to scale more, so this sounds like a buff, but it might be a nerf. But I wouldn't bet on it. I bet if they are changing it, they are obviously trying to buff the class. It never was like a big dick energy class, so you are just like this steady with the fly, like you like this in Pinnacle. The PvP changes. Let's be real, nobody cares about this. Okay, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of this whole rework. So this will be a recurring trend in all of those skills, like the gauge acquisition decreased. That's probably what's happening with the whole rework. And also the tripod that was causing us, this is mainly a control tripod, that you used to consume 20% of the gauge. So let's see. Okay, this is my gauge. If I use this skill, it has this exact tripod. Boom. See, we are getting 20% out of our bar. Pretty simple. And now what is gonna happen? We are getting one dual gauge being used, one whole gauge. So what I'm guessing is one of these little boys. So if I press this skill, this whole thing will be gone. So probably like instead of 20%, probably like 33%. So not that big of a deal, but we will see how it plays once this actually comes out, because everything is getting the gauge generation decreased. So I'm hoping we won't be starved for the gauge, especially as Control, because sometimes it could happen. Okay, and basically this skill, like there are not going to be any changes about this skill. So this skill will not be meta anyway, so if you like this skill, then well, shit. At least for Control. Brilliant Spear. Now, the same changes. Brilliant Spear is a very enjoyable skill, one of my favorites. Especially when you are like, you know, the boss is there, you are here doing some AoE, like he's this big, you can still hit him. That's my favorite skill probably in the kit. Stampending Slash will be even more of a meta pick right now. Probably, because there are some big buffs to other skills that were not used before. So Stampending Slash, I haven't used Stampending Slash before, because I'm using the Wind Splitter with down smash. I like it. It has some range, it moves you a little bit forward, so for me it's like a little bit of utility as well, but if that buff came, I'll be forced to take this instead of the down smash. Okay, Whirlwind Soulmate, what the fuck is that? Let's see, Soul Cutter. Okay, let's see what it is. And let's check the tripods that are being changed. So currently, this is the skill. Let's see what they are changing. Alright, so skill effects are being changed, and the damage is being buffed by a huge amount. So, at the moment, Let's see. Yep. Exactly. So we go in, go back when we press the combo, go back in, slash 4 times, boom, nice, done. Nothing really changing here. Just the damage of this is being big now. Cooperation strengthening tripod. Normal operation. Okay, let's see it. Let's test it. It's working. Okay. Okay, so we were getting this little clone that is doing the job for us. Okay. And now we rush forward. Okay. So basically we are getting 35% damage increase from that. What else was on this level? 20%, 15%. So actually, this might become a meta skill. We have 30%. Let's test it as like a... never mind. I can't test it like this. Okay, but never mind. I'm assuming it has potential to be a meta skill. Yep, the damage plus 60 is here, damage plus 30. Okay, this skill is looking good. Okay, this is our kick. No changes, just the rework. This is the counter, just the rework. Okay, this one is huge. 15% extra, and keep in mind, 15% is not 15% in Lost Ark, because this 15% is being also scaled by this, and also by this. So that's a huge buff to this one. This will be our main juicer. Now, this one for our Dragon Slash, Raging Dragon Slash. Yep. I'm really not really understanding this one, because we are changing this to quick hit. Basically what's happening is we are getting 30% increased crit rate, but I don't think we need that, because on the Awaken we already have 25% quick crit rate, like the 500 crit we having and the entropy set. We won't really be needing the extra 40% crit rate. Like, let's be real. So I think quick prep will stay the same here. No need to treat this one as a big change. Now, the best looking skill in the game is getting some changes that I'm not really a fan of. Serious injury. So I'm guessing it's like a weak point or something like that. But if you were playing Control Glaivier for a while, you know that we have a good amount of weak point damage already in our base kit. And the main thing that Control Glaivier might run out of is mana. And basically they are deleting this. We are no longer going to get the mana decrease. I'm not really a fan of that, but we will see how it plays. And also some skills got their mana cost increased, so I don't really like this change. This change is more like a nerf. Justice Dance. Okay, this one is getting basically no changes. Where are you? The Spear Dive, it's never been meta, and it's not going to be. No love for this skill. This one I'm kinda excited about, because this is a huge buff to this skill. It's like 50% PvE damage, like damn. And this is what I've been talking about, the mana cost increased. Okay, let's quickly look how this all works. Okay, Spear Dive. Goodbye, my friend. Okay, baseline. Yep, we are doing the little helicopter trick. The cooldown is increased to 20 seconds, but here we have one instance of damage, then we do the helicopter trick, and then we smash them. Like, boom. So I'm guessing this might be where the 50% increase comes from, but I might be wrong. But I'm guessing, I mean, it might be kinda tricky because this thing is kinda long. It might be tricky to land the down smash. We will knock out, okay. Okay, reduced window rotation time, so the little helicopter trick will be faster as well. So what I'm assuming is the skill will take the same amount of time to execute, even with the down smash. Okay, preparation for defense, so that's the ready defense, probably tripod, and we got in quick prep. Yeah. Okay, so we are getting the free quick prep tripod, which is good. We will have... Wait, is there anything here? Oh, look at that. I don't know if the quick prep will be useful actually here. Because always, you know, Lost Ark is kinda the game that swiftness classes have it a little bit harder. Because this game is based about burst windows. So I don't think the quick prep will be useful. It's always useful to just get more damage. So I think this one will stay the meta. The meta pick for this skill. Nobody will care about quick prep. Nobody will care about critical hit rate either. That's what I'm guessing. Because this is the... We're basically removing this. The MP cost is getting deleted. We're getting the 40% crit rate here. Now, what do we have next? Firepower control. Okay, so firepower control is getting removed. And we get... Move. Change to holding skill. It no longer rushes forward, but moves and rotates the spear rapidly left and right to hit the enemy. And finally strikes the enemy in the direction of the mouse, increasing the damage dealt to the enemy by 95%. That's a juicer. That's a big juicer. How much is this? Okay. Alright, depending on how long it takes to execute the holding skill, this might be the meta pick, the biggest one. Because that's a huge amount of damage. From 30% we will jump to 95%. Boy. Okay, attack concentration welcome exit. Okay, so this is changed to this one, undisturbed. And what we are getting is... After charging, an alter ego is summoned. So just like the other skill, we are getting a clone that will just going to slam the enemy for us and we can just run around. Okay, I think for control Glaivier, this will be the meta pick. Because you don't really want to be standing around spinning your helicopter trick for 2 years. Because you have skills constantly coming out of cooldown. You want to be switching skill to skill. So you just drop this, forget it, pick another one, slap them in the ass. Yep, that's good. This will be definitely a meta pick for this skill. Next one, change the lightning rotation to the window curtain tripod. Lightning rotation, I'm assuming is spinning lightning, yes. I think that even the, yep, 50%. So what we are getting is AoE increased by 25%, so the helicopter is getting bigger. And we are immune to pushback, I'm guessing. Or paralyze. Like, obviously the pushback is kinda stronger. This damage is... No. Who cares about that? Nobody's gonna care about that. And rush attack. Because basically we're just getting less damage during the skill. It's more like for the... You can use this in PvP, I guess, but... In PvP it's a no, you just want damage. That's the only thing that matters. Dashing distance by 2 meters. AoE 60%. Last attack is changed to attack that jumps and hits the front greatly. Enemy away consumes time to... Ooh, 100. Ooh. Okay, we are... Prepare your tripods, guys, because the helicopter trick skill is getting meta. Like, definitely, like, holy fuck. We're getting 50% here increase. On top of that, We are getting the 50% here instead of the regular 20, or the regular 30. And we are getting 105 here compared to the 30%. Holy fuck. Okay, this will be the new meta skill for control, I bet. Okay, Wind Splitter. Alright, standard concussion tripod. Okay. Oh, 8% crit damage party buff. That's nice. This one will be changed. I mean, obviously I'm running the magic control because on control Glaivier you are running out of mana if you don't. So I don't really know how this will interact and if we will bring Wind Splitter anyway to the mix. But we might. The 8% critical damage is here, but it's also in another very big skill. Last Judgment. Okay, this stays the same, just the 1 gauge instead of 20%. Okay, Flurry. Flurry is getting a 33.5% increase in PvE, damage increase in PvE. This will be the staple in your Chaos dungeon rotation. Because even with this, when using Brave Action Tripod, what the fuck is that? Valor, probably. Ah, see, okay, this one will be, the holding will be faster. We'll be going, obviously, Quick Prep, Valor now. And obviously this one or this one. I don't, depending on how fast it will be, it might be actually useful in a control build, but generally holding skills in swiftness classes are a no-no. Because it keeps you rooted in for too long and your skills are coming off of cooldown, you are losing DPS. Okay. Shackling Blue Dragon, right? Yep. Okay. Alright. Now, what this skill does currently is reducing the enemy crit resistance by 8%, which is good. Good for us, good for the party. It's a big party buff for 10 seconds, I think it was. No, for 6 seconds actually, okay. But this is turning into a huge buff for us, because now instead of the 8% crit debuff on the enemy, we are getting 20%. Bro, why there are so many levels to this? Because it's not a tripod. Okay, I'm a dumbass, man. Okay, so getting 20% increased crit rate for 6 seconds. So this is huge because control Glaivier is like the critical chance is our main gripe. We need the crit. But now, with this, we will be less restrained with our crit, so maybe there will be some like set changes or something, you know? Who knows? But this skill is basically becoming even more of a staple in the meta with this change. And this one is interesting. This one is why we might be still... Wait, is this one? No, never mind. Wait. Yeah. Never mind. We are basically just changing the quick prep for the same debuff on the enemy as the Wind Splitter has. So 8% more critical damage from all the party members. The fuck was that? Never mind. Alright, and we are getting the new quick prep, which is basically doing this, making up for the change, because now it's 30 seconds and the quick prep was 5 seconds, so basically 11 seconds is 6 seconds more and this is a 6-second change. So if you get this, you have the same cooldown as pre-rework, but what you are losing, and what I am interested in is, because you are losing Blitz, and Blitz is very nice. Why the fuck did I put it here? I don't need it. Have it on the bar anyway. What Blitz does is doing this, bap, and you're good to go. It's like, you know, it's really fast. I remove my tripods here. I'm like, what the fuck? Why only one spin? And now without Blitz, what's going to happen? Okay, let's do this, because this doesn't change the animation. Oh, so long. Looks kinda cool, but that's probably because of the earth effect. But that's kinda long. That's long as fuck. Imagine, like, because you know, when the boss is down, when there is a... This one is even longer, man. Because, let's see, this boss is like doing some mechanic. You are like... Whoa! And the boss is already here. So, this skill might be getting a huge buff, nerf. Don't know, the cooldown is huge. If you take this, the cooldown is the same, but the cast time is huge. So I'm not too sure about that. And the standard one, this, the gauge. I mean, it might be a DPS skill now too. But I actually never mind that. It won't be. Okay. See this one. We will be getting this one too. Yeah, it will be a big debuff buff skill. It's like you're getting a lot of crit rate. The enemy is getting more crit damage from your friend's attacks. It's huge, but they balancing it with the cooldown or the cast time, depending which one you are more comfortable with. I think I'm going to go with the cooldown, because like it's better to get the opening than to miss your attacks. And we have some Pinnacle for the Pinnacle enjoyers changes, but actually I'm not a Pinnacle main, so I can't really say how big it is, because like those changes seem huge, like reduced by 30%, like the fuck, man. And they're just changing it into a buff. Okay, this one is the same. Like, I don't know about this change, man. It's like just nerfing a skill, giving it a little bit of a buff. This one is also getting nerfed by 40%. That's ridiculous, man. This one is getting reduced by 10%. Wait, movement is possible. Oh, it's possible while holding. Crit rate also move up. What? Damage dealt 90%, 80%. That's a huge nerf. Critical hit rate. What the fuck, dude? And reduces cooldown for each enemy hit up to. Okay, I think this skill is getting like blasted. Maybe this will be like a Chaos Dungeon Enjoyer skill. Now this one. This one is getting cooldown reduction removed. So quick prep is getting removed, and you're generating more gauge. But at the same time, 70% decreased acquisition. Okay. Throwing window, more crit rate, 10 crit damage. Okay, this skill is getting a little bit of I would say actually 40%. Actually, I think that this one is getting nerfed, because you're losing quick prep. The gauge is decreased. Even with this, you are generating less gauge. Maybe all of this will be made up by the increase in scaling for focus skills from specialization. We'll see about that. But the pinnacle, not looking too hot in my eyes. Might be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you're like a pinnacle enjoyer. You know your shit, so you can tell me if I'm wrong here. Okay, this is the jump. What the fuck did I fucking do now? Come back! Bro, what? Oops, oops, oops. Okay, this is the jump. Gauge decrease, okay. The quick prep is also being removed. What the fuck? Damage to enemies below seed by... Whoa. Okay, so this might be a huge damage increase, but with the cost of cooldown. So, whatever. The pinnacle Glaivier is looking like you are gonna be like standing around doing nothing. Or maybe the pinnacle is not going to be like... wait. First swiftness specialization class, huh? Maybe you will be stacking swiftness and then like a back neck or something. That would be interesting, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it will be like full specs on swiftness, just like it used to be. So you're gonna be standing a lot, way more. Okay, the damage increased by 8.5%. Alright, wait, which skill is it? Is this the shieldy boy skill? Yeah. This is the shield skill. I mean, if you are using it, it's actually a pretty good skill because it's like a panic button. Then you are getting even more. Alright. Size of the parsec zone has been increased, that's nice. Quality of life. And again, the cooldown is getting blasted. You're getting 8 seconds more cooldown. What? That's stupid, man. Oh boy, that's a nerf to this tripod at least. I don't know about the skill. Wait, let me see. Yeah, that's a nerf to the skill. Because you would run this. I think you would run this. Yeah, this, and this. Or this, depending on which one you prefer. I think this one was better. Yeah, so this for control it's huge. The changes for control are huge. For pinnacle I don't know because the red skills seem to be a bit nerfed. Some of them a lot. But at the same time the pinnacle Glaivier also uses the blue skills, so we will see how this weighs out. But for control I'm positive. For pinnacle I'm like I don't know. A lot of cooldown bullshit going on with those changes. Okay, let's see. Maybe this will explain everything. But here, awakening damage is getting huge increase, so pinnacle is going to hit like a fucking truck with their awakening skill. Control not so much because they don't do spec. But still, it's nice to have. Basically, I mean, it's fucking easy to measure for me on this one. What the fuck? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, son? Give me this. Okay, let's just stack real quick our adrenaline. Okay, so 15,600, so 15%, it's like oh, it's a quando 17. Okay, 17 plus 7. Okay, it's like 18 million we'll be doing now after the changes. Okay, now identity. existing. Okay, the main when this is for the pinnacle because the the control doesn't do the identity stuff. Stance attacking the enemy. Yep. What's the change actually? Okay. And when changing the state, one block of dual gauge disappears. And each stance effect is applied. If you have less than one target, you cannot acquire the stance effect even if you switch stances. Movement speed increased by 20% and critical damage increased by 60% when changing stance. Okay, this is the movement speed. I think this is the red gauge. Red stance. So this will be the blue stance. Blue stance had attack speed, yeah. And blue stance. Okay, this is movement speed, critical damage. Attack speed, damage dealt to enemies. Okay. Alright, so the cooldown stayed the same. RIP. Oh, the effect of them when switching to a concentration stance falls. Okay, 15%, 15 seconds. Alright. Okay, here. Acquires 100% of the opposite stance effect in addition to rampage. Oh, that sounds huge. Because like now if you change the stance, you are getting 20% increased attack speed, 20% increased movement speed. So basically, maybe not. Let's read more than I will say. Critical damage increased by 60% and damage dealt to enemies by 25%. It's like a very huge buff if you are maintaining your stance buff. It's like basically you are what they are doing here is turning you into a berserker or slayer, man. Like you have your rage and then you are maintaining your rage. I mean, if you are good, you are like a mayhem berserker. Just as the buffs are obviously better, but why I'm saying this is because the 20% movement and attack speed. Alright, so the pinnacle, I'm not sure. The nerfs on the skill are pretty big, but also the buff you are getting is fucking huge. And at the beginning you have increased scaling and focus, kill damage from the spec. Maybe you will be like a very bursty boy. So maybe it will actually be good. The cooldowns might not be a huge issue because Lost Ark is the burst phase focused game in a way. And a little buff for the control, which is the gauge acquisition 100%. This stays the same. I mean, this was fucking needed because every skill has getting gauge generation decreased and they are now costing more. Instead of 20%, you have 33%. I hope. But maybe what they mean one dual gauge, it might be the whole fucking bar. The whole free fucking bar, so we will see about that, then we will need it even more. Okay, so what can I say about this? Apotheosis Spearman. Hell yeah, Google Translate. What I think about this, I think the control is getting buffed. Pinnacle is probably getting buffed too. It will be like a big buff to the damage of the skills for sure. Even with some of the changes, the nerfs, I think it will turn out to be a buff. What I'm concerned about is if the cooldowns will be too big. Another that's for Pinnacle. The concern for, I mean, for Pinnacle it might also be a concern like getting all this gauge back to switch the stance, but we will see how it plays out because the gauge generation is being decreased, and here the spec scaling for gauge generation is also getting decreased. So who knows? Might be pretty strong, pretty hard, or maybe you will fucking like, you know, rampage skill. Maybe you will run double free class engraves. That would be funny. No, but that no, never mind. That would be stupid as fuck. Gonna be a big Dumbo. So, and also control might also be starving on the dual gauge, depending on what they mean by one dual gauge. If it's just one little bar, then both will be fine. If it's one whole thing, then both will be starving. Especially Pinnacle. During the... Okay, and what I'm also worried about is that Control Glaivier is gonna starve even more with mana. Because now I'm running all of the MP decreases. I'm running also the Judgment Conviction, and that's the only thing that let me fucking stay sweet with my mana. Wait, let's fucking test it, dude. Come back. Yep, this. Let's say we don't have that. And let's say also the Wind Splitter one was also removed. Let's go with Concussion. Because we want to run, you know, we want to run the thingy with the crit damage. And now, if we do this, Horn Jab, we do our combo. Okay, I'm fucking stupid. If we do our combo now, I kinda fucked it up, but no matter. Here we are slowly but surely running out of fucking mana. Yep, and we are out. We are out of juice. We are out of juice. So we will see how this pans out in the... after it comes out. I will do another video then. But for now, that will be it. I'm enjoying the changes, the Glaivier love. We will see how it goes. And peace!